6 weeks after the election, and Parliament is back in business. The first day of the new term was also the first day in the House for many of the new characters who were introduced into the political narrative during the election campaign a little over 2 months ago. In all, 9 new characters have been injected into the home of our democracy. 5 new faces on the government benches and 4 as part of the opposition. Absent from today's first question and answer session, the Father of the House, Sir Joe Bossano. And ahead of the back and forthing of questions and answers, communications from the Chair. During her first address, Madam Speaker Karen Ramagge said she had met with the Chief Minister and the Leader of the Opposition ahead of today's first meeting. The common aim to make Parliament more user-friendly for all.
We had an open and a useful discussion. Our common aim is to modernise proceedings in this Honourable House as soon as practically possible, so as to make them more user-friendly for the public as well as for its honourable members. To this end, we are working on creating a parliamentary calendar of sittings. This would be circulated in advance, and as well as dates would identify time slots on those dates for the tabling of questions and answers of each of the ministerial portfolios, thus giving honourable members and the public prior notice of when questions are intended to be taken.
Ms Ramagge also intends for MPs to move through Parliament business more swiftly.
In anticipation of implementing those changes, I ask that honourable members of the opposition pay careful attention to the rules governing supplementary questions, in particular with regard to the length of preambles and the necessary link between the supplementary questions and the original questions. And similarly, I ask that honourable ministers have regard to the length of answers given, which should be no longer than is necessary to answer the question effectively.
She intervened a number of times to remind them of the rules.
May I just interrupt? Can I ask the honourable member, the first time you address someone on the opposite side, you should use the honourable member, and then you can use the pronouns after that.
For that reminder, and of course, Madam Speaker, I will take that on board.
We're exhausting this subject.
I know, Madam Speaker, but the Minister answered something there which...
Yes, well, in any event, I remind the Honourable Lady that pursuant to the rules, you shouldn't be asking for an expression of opinion. So if you would like to rephrase your question, I'll allow you to rephrase it so that it's better put. Otherwise, you may feel you've asked as much as you can on this.
And of course, with the new Speaker in the chair, there were also a few anecdotes.
I believe, Madam Speaker, I do apologise, Madam Speaker, it's a little bit like drifting into Her Majesty when we should refer to His Majesty. My apologies.
We all need to be patient with each other, so don't worry. Did I say Tuesday? Well, it's good to know that I'm kept on my toes too. Thursday at 3 p.m.
A period of adjustment might be necessary. The first meeting of Parliament was adjourned a little before 7 this evening, with over 60 questions having been dealt with.